Hello and hope you are happy. Today we wanna talk about top 5 exclusive PS4 games. If you are a fan of games, join us in this video. When it comes to gaming and content, the PS4 will undoubtedly win the competition among 8th generation consoles. Each year at least one stunning exclusive title is released for Sony's 8th generation console, purchasing gaming standards a few steps further and narrowing the field of competition for other titles. As we get closer to the end of the 8th generation, it looks like it's time to look back and introduce the best PlayStation 4 exclusive titles we can enjoy right now. This is you and this is the best released exclusive for the PlayStation 4 console. Stay with us! Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. Marvel's Spider-Man looks like any other free world title. There are towers and buildings that you can climb to unlock new sections of the game map, as well as side missions and random events in the environment that are constantly repeated. But when you travel with Peter Parker in the Manhattan area, things change. When you hover over the towers of the city, swing and turn your back and walk the city under your feet with incredible speed, nothing seems hard and annoying and the game suddenly becomes an incredibly enjoyable experience. The swing and movement system in Marvel's Spider-Man game makes almost anyone an extreme perfectionist. Marvel's Spider-Man is made from pieces inspired by other games and chooses an almost tried and tested formula for itself. While the game's battles revolve around attacking and evacuating, Spider-Man is just as dangerous in aerial combat as he is in ground combat. The Manhattan area is beautifully implemented in the most complete way in the game. This game is undoubtedly the best title based on the Spider-Man character, which is also the greatest achievement of Insomniac Studios. Kratos has returned and is now hiding with his son in the mythical lands of Norse. Most of the games that come back later with an adult reboot simply multiply the amount of violence and vulgar words to give the game an adult feel. But God of War reduces all of this. Of course, to a very small extent, so little that it can preserve its original identity, which is inextricably linked to violence. God of War is a study of human personality, how having a child can completely change a person's personality. And in God of War, we see how this responsibility weighs heavily on the shoulders of our powerful hero in Kratos' first PS4 adventure. Mechanically, the game looks similar to previous versions. You are either killing and slaughtering mythical creatures and gods, or you are climbing walls and buildings, or you are burning a little phosphorus and solving some puzzles. But the main difference with the previous versions here is the angle of the game camera, which this time approaches our nervous hero and is controlled by the player, unlike the fixed cameras we saw in the previous versions. You also start the game with a magic axe that, like Thor, the god of thunder in Norse mythology, returns to Kratos every time it is thrown. This fascinating mechanic undoubtedly creates one of the best weapon-related experiences among video games and conveys a sense of power directly to its audience. God of War is not only one of the best 8th generation Sony console games but also one of the best 8th generation titles. This game is the most playable title in Pixar animations. You have to experience it yourself to realize this lovely resemblance. Visually, the game is a masterpiece in every sense. All the game environments are fully alive and moving. Huge skyscrapers are lined up in the distance, frogs jump on the ground, Grass moves in the wind and flying machines seem to move on the invisible and celestial highway. They say that this game is like an addictive medicine for your eyes, with incredible scenes that are all reminiscent of the best animations you have ever seen. And this time you can walk in these amazing environments. Ratchet & Clank is actually a 3D platformer style title that focuses less on the platforming parts, and by increasing the engagement, shooting, and of course shredding everything you see before collecting the resources they give you, it is a unique and creative style that has constructed. Ratchet & Clank is a remake of the popular PS2 platformer title, but it conveys the feel of a whole new and innovative game. This title was made to be released alongside the movie Ratchet & Clank to create a lovely package. But unlike the game, which is a great title, the movie did not work very well. However, the movie made Ratchet & Clank one of the best games that related to a movie ever made. If you want to experience the true potential of the PS4 console, you should try one of the games created by Naughty Dog's studio on this console. Uncharted 4 is not only the most visually pleasing game on the PlayStation 4, but also looks more beautiful and powerful than many PC games. Nathan Drake in his last big adventure gets a little emotional and sees more human conflicts in front of him. In the meantime, we managed to take a closer look at his past and also introduce our story to different parts of the character of this treasure hunter. Certainly not the way Nathan Drake wanted to it be, and his brother's return sends him on a new adventure. A special adventure that is supposed to be Drake's last, but puts him and all the people he loves back in serious danger. The Uncharted series has always been a linear title, but Uncharted 4 puts an almost open world in front of an audience to make the gaming experience a long and dangerous journey. Surfing in a jeep with Sully and Sam in Africa is one of those moments you will never forget. Almost everyone was worried when Guerrilla Games Studios announced that it was developing a role-playing title. The studio had shown with the Killzone series that it has a great ability to make great titles. But on the one hand, the failure of the 8th generation version of the game called Shadowfall, and on the other hand, the complexities of the role-playing genre shortly after the release of the best titles in this genre, The Witcher 3, worried everyone. However, the studio showed that all the worries were pointless. Horizon Zero Dawn simply shows what a pleasant thing can happen when the limitations of a creative studio to create different titles are removed. Horizon Zero Dawn took place in a world terrified of technology. Mistakes in the human past have caused the world to be full of robotic, violent and dangerous dinosaurs, and people have chosen ancient ways to live and survive. You will play the role of Aloy, a young girl who has been rejected by her producers and decides to find the answers to her questions in a big world full of huge dinosaurs, strange rituals, and of course undiscovered secrets. Undoubtedly, the harsh and of course very beautiful world of Horizon Zero Dawn puts many challenges in front of Aloy, but the biggest challenge of her is the humans and of course the rawness of Aloy. The semi-technological bow and of course the device that can give a lot of information to Aloy are the main weapon of this young hero in the fight against Meshal, dinosaurs and of course evil humans. Horizon Zero Dawn is not only a great and enjoyable title, but also demonstrates the ability of Sony's 8th generation console to display stunning graphics. What is your idea about PS4 games? Which one is your favorite? Leave a comment for us, and if you like these kinds of videos, subscribe our YouTube channel to see the rest of them.